It's AnnounceSprint.
Oh man, I am so good at coming up with names for things.
This was a good one. I like this one for sure. We're getting ready
Man.
for it. It's happening. I'll put up our little boxes so we're here in the side talking about it.
I love it when we do that. And no worries, technically, goats, if you're in and out, this is a shorty sprint.
Yeah,
It's
we're gonna
short.
have a pretty quick, probably about, I'd estimate no more than 45 minutes show this evening. We're gonna talk through our upcoming schedule. I'm
Oh
really
man,
excited. We have some really
there's
cool
so
stuff
many
planned.
things. This is basically gonna be like everything that's going on like between now and like summer of whatever next
Yeah,
year is.
yeah. We may
Forgetting.
throw in some more stuff, card subject to change and all that.
Oh, for
But
sure. Safe harbor, etc.
yeah, and also before we hop into that, can we debrief real quick on Fright Sprint?
Yeah. That was the
Such an
last time
amazing.
we streamed.
This last time we streamed, it was the last time you and I were on the stream together, or either of us was on the stream. And it was awesome. Such a fun night. Definitely one of the best nights in film sprint history, if not the best night in film sprint history. We gave away more money than we've ever given away in one night, and to a ton of deserving teams.
That's
And
right.
I
Yep.
mean, it was definitely the top. I mean, quality wise, I think it's the best round we've ever had.
I
It's
think
TV
I
top to
thought
bottom.
some of our best work, some of the best short films I've ever seen. My
Definitely.
hair is still a little bit pink from all that blood. That's just a fact.
That's amazing. We're gonna definitely have to step up your injury status for the next round.
Right. That's
Um,
right.
it technically goes showing some love to the Fright Sprint, and yeah, feel free to comment in the chat because we definitely want to hear your thoughts on all the cool stuff we got going on. We got some
A little
big
bit related
doers. Yeah,
actually to Fright Sprint is that was the last qualifying sprint to
that's right.
get you
The Points
points
Cup.
for our annual competition. So today we are announcing the winner of our first ever annual prize, the Points Cup. And I'm so stoked.
That's right. It's our first cumulative individual award for participation in the film sprint. And spoiler alert: the whole top 10 is a who's who of film sprint greats. Speaking of film sprint greats, we got old Soul Dina in the chat. Unfortunately, dealing with
Nina.
a stomach flu. Feel better.
Sorry.
Get
Yeah,
drink lots of clear fluids. Right, that's the thing.
indeed.
Ugh, I set him up. You knock him down, Demers.
What's like a not clear fluid, like a bisque? I'm so confused.
Yeah, an opaque fluid.
Okay.
A fluid with
Like,
high opacity.
yeah, so like
Can I just talk a quick pet peeve real quick in terms of I feel like a lot of people have reversed the meanings of transparency and opacity in terms
people have.
of sliders and values in software. Like in
Oh,
Canva, you set transparency to 100 to make it the most opaque,
that's
not
correct.
not the most transparent, and that frustrates me.
Yeah, now it's gonna frustrate me. That's
Oh,
cool.
cool. Enjoy that. I remember listening to a podcast years and years ago where somebody said, "Oh, I love going to that IMAX theater, but there's just like this stain on the screen in the upper left corner." And once I saw it, I couldn't unsee it. And everybody else on the podcast were furious with him for like
Why would
ruining
you
the theater. Yeah, why would you ruin it for us? Well, in that
keep it to your
spirit.
damn self? If you hear like a mild
Mhm.
buzzing noise in the distance, no, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
Mind
Keep it to yourself.
your
Uh,
business. Don't make it
yeah.
my business.
That's right. That's why people with tinnitus suffer in silence.
I mean, they
Ironically.
don't. Actually, that's the problem with
That's
tonight.
right. Real G's move in silence like lasagna.
What
Uh,
is on the tonight?
we
Well,
got we
alcohol.
got all kinds of great stuff. We got a whole slate of new programs to announce.
Mhm.
Uh, and I'm excited. I wanna like milk this a little longer. See if anybody else wants to hop in, make themselves known. We don't want anybody to miss out all the cool things we got to come. Is it because I said milk this? Is that why you're making that face?
Yeah, but now I'm like, okay, like that's not a clear liquid.
Yeah, milk, also not a clear liquid. Blood.
Okay, but it depends.
Move
If you
your
have like
friend's blood around.
If you had like a blood spritzer, like at what point does it become a clear liquid?
Like arterial spray?
Well, I just mean like if you mixed it with like a Pellegrino. Like a blood spritz.
This blood spritz was brought to you by the San Pellegrino family of products. Sorry, we're a Topo Chico household.
That's a good point. That's why I saw that.
We're a Twizzlers family.
We're a Twizzlers family. But
Mike Herman-Trout.
I'm gonna say that like
yeah.
a little blood spritz would be the perfect cocktail to drink while you enjoy this new reality show that I've been shopping around called Top Death. It's still hosted by Padma, but it's the search for the world's greatest celebrity embalmer. And if you barf, you lose.
Top Death. Oh,
and then,
no.
Can't you just see Melissa McCarthy tripping over a hose? Stuff is spraying everywhere. Paul Rudd is drenched.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize that it was like a Dancing with the Stars. Like, I thought it was like, various like personality embalmers who like that's their whole. They have like like YouTubers who embalm.
No, those are the judges.
I see, that makes sense. Turn it or burn it.
That's for masters. That's for Top Death Masters.
Finally, the judges are going to be put to the test.
And like, can you just see Matt LeBlanc winning? Is that weird?
Get that big barrel chest going on. Probably manage 2 corpses at once.
Ooh, but you know how like toward like the episode right before the finale, they always bring the family back? That's the awkward one.
We have got so far afield so quickly.
Because it's like now it's like you have to embalm your grandpa.
All right. Let's get started. Let's talk about our first announcement.
Okay,
I'm excited for this
first announcement.
Yes.
What is it? And why didn't we call it www. Here's your plan.
It's still, hey, rebrandings are always in the cards, but we just want you to know what's going on. Let's talk about it. Oh, I got a little sound cue for this too. Let's see if this works. Hey, it worked. Starting on December 1st, every Wednesday, we're going to be doing watch-alongs, or potentially to be renamed We Watch Wednesdays.
We Watch Wednesdays, www.matilda.com.
It's gonna be amazing. We are starting with Matilda, a classic. This one came out of just us. We were just talking, and I was thinking of like, what are films that have some kind of a Christmassy vibe, but are not Christmas movies.
And like, mostly this is because like you were like insistent that we do a watch along that involved Rusted Root.
Well, I'm one of the biggest rusters out there. That's what we. That's what we call ourselves.
Rudy.
Yeah, I'm a Rudy.
Rootin' tune.
I'm a huge Rudy. You gotta sound that T out. You gotta get the good inflection. Where I'm a Rudy. It's gonna be great. I am excited for this. It's gonna be great. I love Matilda. Also, it's got a great story, iconic. You know, it's like one of those. It has to me very similar energy to like The Adventures of Pete and Pete as well. I don't know if you would agree with that statement.
No, but I like them both.
Okay.
I will say I have a tattoo that I got because I like Matilda so much.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
And I was like Roald Dahl was my favorite author when I was really little, and then I did really enjoy the film, and then all of us are just obsessed with Mara Wilson because she is a bi-con.
Yeah,
and right. Just a smart, cool lady.
That's true. She is definitely those things, and she's a badass. We'll talk about her badassery and the badassery of Danny DeVito and Rhea Perlman, and all the whole gang. A week from Wednesday. It's gonna be great.
I will say that technically Goats agrees with you, so I'm voted off.
Yeah, similar energy. I'm not. I would. Yes, the cinematography a little, and also just kind of the spirit of just like child independence and kind of like a whole
being poorly supervised. Yes,
that's another way to put it. Yeah, parental neglect. I mean, on Pete and Pete, it's that woman has a plate in her head. It's not her fault.
But how to get there?
Still, where did the lighter fluid come from? What do you think about that one, huh? Let's talk about that for a moment. What do you think about it? What do you
about Matilda?
Or just any other suggestions for like upcoming watch-alongs? What do you think?
Yeah, for www.
Yeah, what do y'all want to see? Let us know in the comments.
They're below or to the right.
There's a reason nobody calls it the commies.
The commies.
Check it out on the commie.
Hey, commie red. You love to see it, and by it I mean you. I was a week technically. Goats, great point. Let's drink.
I'm honestly really excited for like what's to come.
Okay, sorry. So we do have like a really cool thing that we're announcing next, and I would love to like stop being an ass for just this segment, but then I will resume after.
We'll settle out of our energy of that.
Okay, I'm gonna be genuine.
Yep, that's
okay.
Hold on. Let me adjust your frame a little because you sat up straight, so I just want to not cut your head off. There you go. All right.
Yeah, gotta get both tails in there.
Well, we got to flash back for a moment, back to Fright Sprint.
Tales from the Sprint. Yes. That's me wearing pigtails on an AnnounceSprint. So tell me a little bit about this next one, because what we're planning is to feature, I think, the actual breakout star of Fright Sprint and my new favorite person on this earth.
That's right. We're coming up with it. It's coming back. We have to pick a specific date, but this December we're doing it. J Dobbs, Profile of a Rising Star. He won our breakout star of the Fright Sprint. Won it walking away, I might add, with an incredible performance. Our first filmmaker from beyond the shores of the United States, coming to us from Nigeria, and he made some incredible work on an $80 smartphone. We're going to get into how and why, his ethos behind filmmaking, and we'll probably be hosting at least the Film Sprint channel premiere of his newest film that has come out since his Fright Sprint work. Really excited to get into that. It feels like a spiritual sort of triptych between Sick Mind, which we'll be able to also drop for the first time on this channel, and Spirit Penetrated, and then his third film in that sort of exploration. Really excited to see that.
Technically, Goat's mentioning in the chat, I want to hang out with that dude. We all do. Yeah,
we all want to hang out with J Dobbs.
I mean, like, I've had the pleasure of just like, being on a few Zoom calls with him. Just like a funny, like deadpan, hilarious, crazy smart,
sweet,
really cool person.
Yes, such a sweetheart, very genuine, very earnest young guy, and just such a cool presence to have in our space.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see what we get into and to see his next film. I'm not even gonna lie, I definitely looked up how much it costs to fly to Nigeria to go hang out with J Dobbs.
Me too.
Did you really?
Yeah, of course we did.
We might have to take a transcontinental road trip. Who's to say?
I'll ask the wealthy benefactor.
We'll see what happens. We'll get there when we get there.
Bitcoin does, and we'll talk about it.
Exactly. Who's to say? We might just, we might just do it in a hot air balloon, It's gonna be great. I love J Dobbs. He came totally out of nowhere, and not to mention on that show we're gonna officially announce his full award, his full prize for having won the breakout star of the round. We didn't actually announce that in full on the Fright Sprint show.
I will say that part of that, we want to give him a choice.
That's right. Yeah. That's the exciting part.
We kind of want to give him some options.
Yeah, we're going to have some curtains to open and reveal some options and see what works best for this. We got some big stuff going, big doings, and that's going to be part of it coming up in a few weeks. I'm really, really hyped for that. So for everybody to just see what's going on with J Dobbs and everything. That's going to be really fun. so
I'm
cool.
so
And
excited.
I love whenever we can do profiles of people. Like when we
Me
sat
too.
down with Holden Hardcastle a few months
Oh
back.
yeah, for me it's
Mise
insane.
en Scene, another great pun title, where we kind of just explored his experience being a performer on camera while with like no real prior acting experience, just in the service
Right.
of getting the story done. You know, for J Dov's just a guy who's really got a lot of like passion,
Yeah.
and you know, he's a very like thoughtful young man. Like to just hear him kind of talk through his process, I think is going to
Right.
be really
Right.
enlightening and inspiring for everybody. So
Like
it's going to be good,
incredibly like
earnestly.
he's like what I would consider like very like emotionally intellectual person that I
Yeah,
really
I'd
really
say that's
admire.
fair. Yeah, definitely.
Um, and that's why he got a really fucking cool award. And speaking
That's
of
right.
which,
Yeah. Oh, speaking of awards, well, let me page ahead to some new content. Oh boy. Oh boy. All right. Well, I'm gonna leave this music to transition. I didn't think about paging through it like this. Oh
what'd you do now?
gosh. I got
What
it. We're
did you
good.
do?
Back to AnnounceSprint, and then get ready. It's coming. Yeah, that's right. It's back. It's the year-end awards. I'm hyped
I
for this
love
one.
these. I love
Year-end
these awards.
awards are a really great time to showcase all the amazing contributions that everybody's made. I'll add to this that in the days leading up to this, we're also gonna do an every film sprint of the year marathon stream. I'm gonna run that. Anybody who wants to drop in is welcome to join. Gonna
That's an
watch
announcement
every.
to me.
That's what I just decided to do for me. You're welcome to join me, Deming, if you want. But I'm going to do that just as a long ass stream on here. Gonna watch every film back to back. It's gonna take about 4 hours.
With regards to Dina's question in the chat about Topo Chico,
yeah, probably
prizes. I have your Topo Chico related prizes, Dina. I promise.
Yeah, yeah, we got your mailing address and whatnot. This part of the music I hadn't heard yet, so it's got a slightly more Western vibe than I was expecting.
I can't hear it, and
I know,
so
I'm sorry.
I assume the worst.
Yeah, you know what it is? It's all spooky, scary skeletons. Can
I tell you that's gonna end up being on my fucking Spotify Wrapped, and and I'm very.
It's gonna have such a high spot in your top songs of 2021. You probably got 100 plays on it over that weekend.
Okay, and I will I'm gonna give everybody a peek beyond the veil for the process, the creative process. When we were doing Fright Sprint, and we were basically like working just like side by side on computers, just like in my fucking dining room, just doing stuff. And then at a certain point, delirium did kick in the night before Fright Sprint, and I just kept trying to figure out how many different covers of spooky, scary skeletons, or covers, remixes, and that's all we listened to for like 45 minutes, just crying, laughing. Well, my beloved partner who lives in that house that was happening in came out and was just like,
"Are you for real with this?" Yeah, I think that was when his headphone batteries died. Hey, Stream of Fire's here in the chat. What's up, bro? So far, what you missed was we're gonna do a big profile of J-Dobbs, and we're gonna watch Matilda the first Wednesday of December, and year-end awards are coming up in the the week before Christmas. So if you're trying to get,
it was the week before Christmas, and all through the house, all the streamers were streaming with their wireless mouse.
There it is. We did it.
I got bars, people.
Yeah, bars. Those were some bars right there. I'm excited for that one. Year-end awards.
Like soap bars.
Oh boy. You had it and then you lost it. It was real.
I had it.
I honestly like. I'll say my favorite moment of last year's awards was Best Unheralded, the category where we analyzed all the films that the judges missed and that didn't get any awards. We'll probably bring that back.
Loved, like that everybody loved, but that like just got edged out.
Got edged out. That's right.
Yeah.
So we'll get into those and analyze them, and it's going to be a great time all around. So that's a good one, but I'm excited for this next thing. It's going to be a little bit of a lift for everybody involved, myself included.
This next thing I love. This is like this is, I would say, like 99.9% Jeremy's idea, and it's a fucking great one, and to me is like perfectly in the spirit of Film Sprint, and it's exactly how I hope to kick off like the year, and it's similar to how we kicked off the year this year. Mm-hmm. But I think even fucking better. So,
yeah, I'll talk about it. Here's how we do it, and here's how it's done. We're doing something called the Saturday Skills Challenge. That's right. It's going to be a fun, loose series that we're going to do of one-off competitions. And basically what that means is on most of the Saturdays in January, we're going to do single-day filmmaking challenges. So basically it's just like...
How did you get my brother to model for this?
Oh, I always get Ren. Basically the idea is like each week, just on the Saturday, starting early in the morning, and then with a live stream that evening, we're gonna have like small, narrow focus filmmaking skills based challenges. It might be an editing challenge, it might be a cinematography challenge, it might be a writing challenge, but basically on each week we'll have one specific challenge. You could sign up and just do that one challenge. You can sign up for all of them. We'll have further details on that to come, probably around the time of the year-end awards, if you're interested in hopping on to that. But the really exciting thing about it is that it's going to culminate in the Back to Basics round, January 28th to the 30th. And the round will incorporate all these basic skills that were acquired in the preceding weeks. So that'll be fun. We got a big whole January slate planned. It's going to be a really good time in January. Skills challenge, Back to Basics.
This year we kicked it off with the Back to Basics very deliberately. Like, we tried to incentivize first timers, newcomers, like make it like good and welcoming for those folks specifically, make it a very like essential sort of film sprint that doesn't have crazy twists or anything like that, just really focus on the essentials, as it were. And so I think that this is like a really, really cool way of doing that, of like better incorporating like how can people hone their skills, giving people more access to cool coaching and cool ways to challenge themselves. So I love this idea, Jeremy, and I'm so excited for January.
It's going to be really fun. We'll have all kinds of other special surprises surrounding this whole thing as we get closer. But basically it'll be like one weekend will just be the editing one. One weekend will just be, the cinematography one. It's going to be really interesting. Right. You can just enter any one of them. As far as these skills challenges go, you can enter the whole slate if you like. And it'll be great. They'll all be like building towards Points Cup 2022. So if you want to get your head start on the 25 pounds of gold that will comprise this trophy, asterisk, keep an eye out.
And it's always important to start with head. I love that. So get your head start with the skills challenge. And then I think that like, oh my gosh, this next challenge that we're announcing, I think pretty much everybody in the chat here, I would love to see.
That's right.
Especially for the first half of this challenge. This is one like Jeremy and I have been workshopping. I think like the skeleton of it was definitely all you, because it's feels kind of sportsy in terms of structure. And then I definitely was big on for a certain other element to be incorporated.
That's right. Well, let's talk about it. Now, coming up in February and March.
That's right.
It's Film Sprint. That's right. Relay 2022.
Exactly. So we're gonna kick off in the spirit of Pisces season, and then we're gonna finish in the spirit of Aries season.
I know you were very excited about that part, for sure. Yeah, it's a two-part, and it's a handoff style film sprint, which is to say that it's two separate components that'll work together, and I'll explain to y'all how that works once I get to this. Here we go. So first off, round one. It's the script writing challenge. It's going to take place in February of 2022. Basically, if you're a team or an individual, you can enter. There's no limit to the team size, but basically the whole challenge will be to write a short film script. We'll give you the time limit, which will be basically expressed in a number of pages. We will have the specifics of the challenge announced at the beginning, but this will be an open challenge. We'll start at the beginning of the month. It'll run all the way through till the end of February, and submissions will be open all month on Film Freeway, which is a cool platform that hosts all sorts of film festivals. They'll hopefully bring us a lot of exciting new writers and talent who will all fit in with our wonderful mission to empower the artist and everyone. It's going to be great. And we're going to have... I'll add this, and this is not listed here, but these will be inviting former filmmakers of many stripes to come in and contribute to the judging of these films. So it'll be an interesting kind of challenge to see what kind of works out. We'll have a large panel offering feedback and selecting the top selections, which will feed into part 2 of the challenge, the production round. So the top batch of films as selected by our judges will be put into a pool that teams will draw scripts from at random. And rather than producing a script that you wrote, you're going to produce a script that somebody else made. Pretty exciting, pretty interesting. And I'm really excited to just see how people respond to this. We'll have separate awards for both rounds. It's going to be another 10-day round. Lots of time to kind of like get the film made and really interpret what you see, because it won't all be your own vision. You'll be realizing someone else's vision, which is kind of an awesome thing to do. Of course, you can enter both rounds, but you are not guaranteed that you will be making a script that you yourself wrote. That's one of the really fun parts of the challenge. So it's going to be a great one. Really
I love it because like it's sort of like folks can opt to like play to their strengths, like do something they love doing if you love writing, or if you just love the kind of like producing aspect of it. Like you can do the thing that you're really passionate about and excited about and not be beholden to this other aspect, or you can kind of like flip the script literally and like challenge yourself. Maybe you're like, fuck, like I always struggle, like I've done film sprint before maybe, or I've made movies, or I've always wanted to, but the thing I struggle with is writing a screenplay. Join it. Like you have a leisurely, relatively amount of time to work on that. You're going to get great coaching. Writing. Exactly. So there's kind of lots of cool things that you can kind of get out of that, and that's what we would like to support. And no physical violence, emotional violence, though, Dina, is to be anticipated.
Well, also emotional. I'm really excited. We are like, so at this point, where are we? We're through March. We've gotten through March with some exciting stuff. We've got rounds galore, all kinds of new, different approaches to the fundamental concept of Film Sprint, which is to provide challenges that inspire and uplift your creativity, that give you a little rocket booster, rocket strapped, and sending you to the moon. It's going to be a great time, and these rounds are all in that spirit, and I'm hyped for them, Deming. I think this is really great.
Beyond hyped.
We're already doing so good.
And next, we're bringing back, I think, like not just one of my absolute favorite sprints, but like the people's favorite. And I think
that's true. And not only that, we're like actually putting a new spin on it too.
Yes.
Because in summer of 2022, date TBA, it's the return of Documentary Sprint. Oh, I love Doc Sprint. I got my Big Doc Energy shirt on right now. The shirt that eventually became the Big Deming Energy shirt as well. One of our first semi-successful merch designs. But this is a great one. Documentary Sprint has come back in 2022. It's a really fun one to do, because when you try to do a mockumentary, it can be really, it can end a lot of different ways. But in terms of approach, one of the things that's really helpful for a Film Sprint style is you can say film all the interviews in advance, film them first, and then get whatever kind of reenactment scenes or connecting footage or whatever you might want to get once you already have like the interviews kind of set. It can be a slightly different approach in terms of like editing and the whole workflow, but all of that really works can ultimately work to your advantage, as we saw with some amazing submissions in Documentary Sprint back in 2020. But there's another cool wrinkle to this round, in fact. And I'm excited because it's going to change things up for us a little bit, and we'll have more details on this to come. But for the first time, we're allowing multiple divisions the fiction and the non-fiction. I'm really, really, really excited about the non-fiction round. We're going to let people make honest to goodness, real short form documentaries, not like
I'm obsessed with documentaries, so you and I will be fighting a lot.
That's right. Well, the cool thing is we're going to have separate divisions, so you can be in charge of the mocks and I can be in charge of the docs.
It's mock versus docs.
That's right. It's gonna be really awesome though. Like for the nonfiction, we'll have nonfiction specific challenges. So you'll come to us with the topic you might want to explore. For example, we might give you honing comments. We might give you a general sort of style of documentary that we want to see you do, like a historical documentary or a biographical documentary or a documentary about a process. But we'll have more to announce on that as we come. But if you are looking to get your telling real stories energy out, this will be a great outlet for that.
That's right.
Yeah, it's going to be really, really fun, really interesting. I suspect Dina Hervey will be a good contributor in the nonfiction category because she has so much interesting history and she's got so much cool stuff to like tell stories about. I look forward to seeing all these submissions. And then, of course, the fiction round, so much fun. Mockumentaries are always fun. I think that was one of our most enjoyable, just like watchable rounds. We got Darlene Apple Baskets out of that round. We got Obscure Vinyl Box Set out of that round. And not to mention, you know, the Kermit the Frog documentary. We got some great, and some great ones. Other great mockumentaries in FilmSprint history include Crimson Hammer. But
Crimson Hammer's, you know, my all-time. And I feel like even like, because that's a Ryan joint. And like, I know Ryan like even like makes fun of me for how much I love that one.
It's a good one. It's a very enjoyable one. Very enjoyable indeed. Well, we have pretty much come to not the total end of our evening, but we only have one thing left to announce.
The culmination, though.
It's about to culminate. I see Jason just doing some chin scratches in the chat here. Yes, indeed. Lots to do there. That's going to be a lot of fun. Sorry for getting that music stuck in your head, Lacey. Don't worry about it. We'll move on to another piece of background music as we announce our last thing. And let's talk about it. It's the Points Cup. So
this is like it. This is like
this is it. We did it, and it was some painstaking tabulation by yours truly. When I decided to do this at the beginning of the year, I really hadn't put a lot of thought to how much work would be involved in tabulating the scores, because we started giving away points on an individual basis based on if your team won an award for something you specifically contributed to. So it just became a little more granular. We ended up with an amazing number of contributors. I believe it was over 100 filmmakers have contributed to films this year. And we appreciate your contributions, you beautiful people. And in the end, we have a top 10 to announce. And in fact, at the top of that top 10 is the Points Cup champion. So is it time? Are we ready to reveal it?
Do it. Like, announce the annual winner, the first ever Points Cup winner, the person whose name will be first engraved in the to be announced.
That's right. Thing. And I will say this before we get to this, that the trophy itself will be revealed during the year-end awards. So keep an eye out for that. That's coming up in December. But the winner of the Points Cup, building suspense, it's Jason Vitkovich, the all-around #1 performer in FilmSprint in the year 2021. Well-deserved. Jason Vitkovich entered every round of the year, had all-around great performances. But let's look at this whole list, because it is like I said, a who's who of amazing talent in FilmSprint lore. We got Chad and Courtney from eFilms Pro. We got David Menard and Jared Wright, who got those highest scores just on the back of Santa Rosa Dream Team's performance in Fright Sprint, their only entry. Ryan Harvey, who has graduated to a judge already. Connor Edmonds, probably our most prolific composer in FilmSprint history, I think it's fair to say. Dana Hunt and Zahez Martinez round out that list, and then number 10 is a 10-way tie between the Santa Rosa Dream Team for Yes Mistress, an amazing Fright Sprint submission. Congratulations, Jason. Just call me the point guy, Vikovich. Let's get it up big and awesome. Let's hear it for the points guy.
Guy of love.
Let's hear it, point guy. It's Jason Vikovich, Points Cup champion 2021. Congratulations, well earned. So excited to give this trophy to somebody who has been such a constant supporter of us since the beginning of the Homebound era, has invested in himself, invested in his art, and seen amazing returns, and hopefully will continue to grow with us and beyond us as an artist. We really appreciate you, Jason, and all of your silly, ridiculous, wacky films, you know, all of the different approaches you've taken and ways you've tried to just grow as an artist. Congratulations, buddy.
Successfully.
Absolutely. Clearly, he's the Points Cup champion. That is a title that you know, that's not just given away now. It's earned.
I love it so much. Congratulations, Jason. Exceptionally well earned, well deserved. I could not be more thrilled, like, to be giving this to be announced prize that you'll be getting.
Some physical manifestation of your victory will be presented to you in the future.
It's gonna be good though.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Congrats, points guy. You did it.
Points guy.
That's our last announcement for the AnnounceSprint.
I love it.
Yeah, that was the AnnounceSprint. So, Deming, we did it. We AnnounceSprinted, like, to our heart's content. We had a great stream here. Hopefully we won't be doing too many more Zoom-based streams. We'll be back here in our Zooms for a little while before, who's to say what sort of consolidation may happen in the near future. But this was awesome, Deming. Fucking thanks to our lovely audience for watching along with us tonight.
Thank you so much,
your lovely feedback and everything. We appreciate you. Dina wants to know if you can buy points. No, this is a meritocracy. That's a great
idea, though, and we will consider it for next year.
No, but what you can do is you can always, if you had a good time, you can always buy another month on your subscription to our Twitch channel. You can send us money on Venmos. You can tip us all kinds of different ways. That money always goes into making FilmSprint an amazing endeavor, whether it's by paying for some sort of subscriptions that we have or whatever it might be. That's always appreciated, and we love y'all. You can buy pants. You cannot buy points. Thank you, Technically Goats, for that clarification. Well, I had a great time. I had a great time AnnounceSprinting. Deming, thank you for making the time. I know that you're busy with your new job and everything. Congrats again on that. Speaking of AnnounceSprints.
Thank you. I'm enjoying it. It's just so much work.
Yeah, I'll say I got some exciting work coming up. I'm going to be traveling over Thanksgiving. That's right. If anybody's in beautiful Albuquerque, New Mexico over Thanksgiving, come hang out with me. I'm going to just be taking a tour of various Breaking Bad sets, and so I'm going to go to that hot dog store. It's going to be fun. And yeah, start to get those writing muscles flexed and ready, because we're doing our short film coming up in February. We got the skills contest in January, but the next time we're going to see you here on this stream is in just 10 days. That's when we watch Matilda together. One of the best films of the 90s, one of the best films ever put to celluloid,
one of the best films ever released on VHS.
That's definitely a fact. It's going to be a ton of fun to watch together. It's a movie that Deming and I both love unironically, so you get to see us be earnest, which is always adorable.
So uncomfortable.
So fun. Yeah, enjoy that. Watch us break our own internal facades for your enjoyment. What a great costume if you were the school teacher. Yeah, I'll probably be the Trunchbull for this screening if I can get it together. Shot put, javelin, hammer throw. That's what I'm all about.
I'm just gonna be that kid with all the chocolate cake.
You're gonna just be Bruce Bogtrotter.
Damn right I am.
With a face full of chocolate. All right,
I got Bruce all over me.
Yeah, Matilda's coming. It's going to be great. If it's buffering, I can say for sure that I'm pretty sure it's on your end because we've actually had a nice solid stream tonight. Love that. This was so much fun. I appreciate you. Film sprint is my favorite thing. It's nice to feel all this enthusiasm from our lovely community, and I'm excited to get back into it. We had a nice little post Fright Sprint break. It was fun putting this together for everybody. I hope you enjoyed the show. Speaking of this, next Tuesday, hopefully, I'll be back with Try Stuff Tuesdays, so I will see you again before next Wednesday. I should be back on this coming Tuesday with a Try Stuff Tuesday about Canva. I'm going to show everybody what I've learned about that lovely platform that Deming introduced me to. So that's going to be cool. We're going to have a great time. And you are super welcome to come and be a part of it. Everybody here in this chat, your comments are always lovely, and you're just wonderful people. If you, for some reason, haven't yet, follow us on the socials, especially on Twitter, where we're trying to make Twitter happen. So we would appreciate your follows. But also, it's fine. We don't care.
We care a little, but
we do actually. Yeah, so I hope y'all do have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Enjoy eating food with people that you enjoy, even if that people is yourself. Just have a nice Thursday eating a meal some way. Yeah, be loving to yourself, everybody. You did it. You made it through AnnounceSprint. We did too.
Proud of all of us. I know.
You have any other final thoughts here? We as we head off.
Congratulations, Jason Vikovich. That's my big parting energy thought. Congratulations.
That is Jason's first major award in Film Sprint.
And you know what? Because it's a cumulative award. This is why we created this award. And I'm so happy it's going. It means that the system worked as designed, much like several other systems.
Yeah, that's right. Everything worked perfectly. Congrats. Yeah, you're very welcome, Jason. It was well earned. I had no clue who was going to win sitting down to calculate these, but was delighted to see that Jason, who's been with us every round, got just the consistency and the presence to earn that. And that was what I had hoped would happen, was that it would go to somebody who had been a repeat performer. And Jason was the epitome of that, I think, for our 2021. So congratulations. Congratulations to everybody who did anything in our wonderful Film Sprint world.
Congratulations to everyone for joining us in the chat. I love you guys.
Yeah, thanks for being part of it. Thanks, Lacey Bug. Thanks, Technically Goats. Thanks, Old Soul Dina and Stream of Fire. Thanks, Hello Stranger. I will catch up with y'all on Tuesday. Deming will rejoin me here on the stream on December 1st for Matilda. This was AnnounceSprint, so bye.
Thank you for joining us.